Welcome to the Automated Daily Space News Edition, the podcast created by generative AI. Today, a hidden supermassive black hole gave itself away by shredding a star far from where astronomers expected to find it. We'll also cover a first-of-its-kind exoplanet observing campaign, a clever new way to track space junk, a dramatic solar eruption, and what to watch in the sky tonight. This episode is brought to you by Consensus. Consensus uses AI to help you find and understand research papers, and you can get a free month. Find the link in the episode notes. Astronomers say they have found the first clear case of a wandering supermassive black hole in the outskirts of a galaxy. It was exposed by a tidal disruption event called TDE 2025 AVCAR, where an unlucky star was torn apart and lit up the otherwise invisible black hole, which appears to sit about 30,000 light-years from the galactic center. That matters because it supports the idea that some giant black holes can be displaced by galaxy mergers and spend long periods roaming far from the nucleus. In exoplanet news, the Rocky Worlds program has completed its first coordinated observations using both the James Webb Space Telescope and the Hubble Space Telescope. The target was GJ 3929b, an Earth-sized rocky planet orbiting a red dwarf star. This is an important step toward figuring out whether small worlds like this can hold on to atmospheres, and if they do, what those atmospheres might be made of. Closer to Earth, researchers have successfully shown that radio telescopes can help track high-altitude space debris. The Long Baseline Multistatic Radar project used radar transmissions and then picked up the faint reflections with instruments including the Lovell telescope at JWST. In simple terms, telescopes built to listen to the universe are now helping monitor dangerous junk in orbit, which could improve safety for satellites operating far above Earth. The Sun also put on a show with a synchronized double eruption early on July 28. One part of the event involved a filament eruption, where cooler, dense solar plasma broke free and blasted material into space, while another eruption happened in close coordination. Events like this are a vivid reminder that the Sun is in an active phase, and depending on the direction of the material, eruptions like these can sometimes feed space weather effects felt by satellites, communication systems, and aurora watchers on Earth. If you want something more personal than black holes and plasma clouds, the sky has a few timely highlights. Pluto reached opposition on July 27, making it as well placed for observation as it gets this year, though you'll still need a decent telescope to spot it. Saturn has reached a stationary point and is about to begin its retrograde motion against the background stars. And Mercury is now peeking into the early morning sky low in the east. And in mission planning, NASA is looking ahead to 3 August spacewalks outside the International Space Station. The work includes power upgrades, communications hardware replacement, and preparations tied to the station's eventual controlled deorbit. At the same time, ESA is building public coverage around the August 12 total solar eclipse in Spain, and NASA is previewing the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope ahead of its expected launch at the end of August, giving space fans plenty to watch in the weeks ahead. Thanks to our sponsor, Gamma. Gamma lets you effortlessly use AI to design for presentations, websites, and more. Find the link in the episode notes. That's your space briefing for today. If you enjoyed this AI-generated roundup, join us again for the next edition of The Automated Daily, where we track the stories shaping our view of the universe.